Jai Hind friends, welcome to Kalyani IAS Academy. We are studying endocrine system. In the previous lecture, we have studied types of glands, pituitary gland, pineal gland and thyroid gland. In this lecture, we will study other endocrine glands. Now start the lecture and understand what are glands. See, glands are special types of organs which secrete some chemical or fluid known as हार्मोन एंजाइम, राइट, हार्मोन और एंजाइम. तो जो ग्लैंड्स है ये ऑर्गन्स ही होते हैं, बट द डिफरेंस इज दैट दीज ऑर्गन्स सेक्रेट सम फ्लूइड और केमिकल नोन एज हार्मोन और एंजाइम. देयर आर थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ ग्लैंड्स. द फर्स्ट इज एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड, राइट, सेकेंड इज endocrine gland and third is mixed gland, right? So glands are those organs which secrete some chemical or liquid known as either enzyme or hormone, right? There are three types of glands. The first is exocrine glands. Exocrine glands are those glands which secrete chemical or fluid through ducts. Therefore these are also known as duct glands, राइट. एंड इनसे जो भी केमिकल का सेक्रेशन होता है उसको क्या कहा जाता है, एंजाइम कहा जाता है, राइट. और जो एंजाइम है वो स्पेशल साइट पर जाकर ही, राइट, इफेक्टिव होता है, साथ ही साथ जो है पूरी बॉडी को क्या करता है, रेगुलेट करता है. तो ये किसके बारे में जानकारी हो जाएगी, एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड के बारे में. एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स आर दोज ग्लैंड्स विच सेक्रेट द लिक्विड through duct. Therefore these are also known as duct glands, right. The secretion which is secreted by the exocrine glands is known as enzyme, right, and this enzyme is reached at the site of the organ, right, through ducts. Second is endocrine glands. Endocrine glands are those glands which secrete the liquid or chemical, right, without ducts, right. Therefore these glands are also known as ductless glands. The secretion which is secreted by endocrine gland is known as hormone, right, and hormone reaches the site of organ through blood, right. So ये blood के माध्यम से जो है organ तक पहुंचता है. The third, mixed gland. The gland which have both the characteristics of exocrine gland and endocrine gland is known as mixed gland, right. And in the previous lecture we have studied that there is a mixed gland which is known as pancreas, right, pancreas. So pancreas is the example of mixed gland. Now examples of exocrine glands are salivary gland, right, salivary gland, oil gland. Salivary gland, oil glands are the examples of exocrine glands, right. Now the examples of endocrine glands are pituitary gland, pineal gland, thyroid gland, right, thalamus gland, etc. And the example of mixed gland is pancreas, right. In the previous lecture we have studied about the pituitary gland, then pineal gland, then thyroid gland, and these are the most important glands of the human body, right. Now we will study about parathyroid gland, right. Parathyroid gland is a yellowish, right, elliptical gland which is buried in the dorsal part of the both of the lobes of the thyroid gland in 2 numbers, right. One question have been asked in the previous year examination, which gland is found near the thalamus gland, thyroid gland, right. तो जो thyroid gland है उसके चारों ओर ही क्या पाई जाती है, पैराथायराइड ग्लैंड ही पाई जाती है, राइट. और ये भी कहां पर पाई जाती है, राइट. सो दिस इज आल्सो फाउंड नियर द थायराइड ग्लैंड इन द थ्रोट. कहां पर पाई जाती है, थ्रोट में पाई जाती है. तो पैराथायराइड ग्लैंड इज अ येलोइश elliptical gland which is buried in the dorsal part of both of the lobes of the thyroid gland in 2 numbers. The hormones released from this gland control the amount of calcium and phosphorus in the blood, and this is the most important thing, right. And The hormone released from this gland is known as parathyroid hormone. So you have to keep in the mind three facts. The first number is that parathyroid gland is a yellowish elliptical gland which is situated, right? Parathyroid gland is a yellowish elliptical gland, right, which is situated in the throat near the thyroid gland. Second, this gland controls this gland releases the parathyroid hormone. Third thing is that parathyroid hormone controls the amount of calcium and phosphorus in the blood, right? Now we will study the first hormone which is known as parathyroid hormone. See, parathyroid hormone is also known as parathormone, the nickname of this, right? So parathyroid hormone is also known as parathormone. This hormone regulates the number of calcium and phosphate ions in the blood. This hormone is released when there is a lack of calcium in the blood. And see, calcium is also required by our body because calcium is used in the development of the bones, right? This hormone enhances the absorption of calcium and its reabsorption in the kidney. और जब हमारे ब्लड में कैल्शियम पर्याप्त मात्रा में रहेगा तभी हमारी बोन्स क्या रहेंगी, स्ट्रॉन्ग रहेंगी, राइट? सो दिस हार्मोन टुगेदर विद विटामिन डी एंड थायरोकैल्सिटोनिन, right, maintains the ideal amount of calcium in the blood which is required for the development of the bones in our human body, right? तो ये जो है फंक्शन किसका हो जाएगा, यहाँ पर पैराथायराइड हार्मोन हो जाएगा. पैराथायराइड हार्मोन is also known as parathormone and this hormone regulates the number of calcium and phosphate ions in the blood. This hormone enhances the absorption of calcium, right, and its reabsorption in the kidney. Along with vitamin D, this hormone maintains the ideal amount of calcium in the blood which is important for the development of our bones. Second, thyrocalcitonin hormone, right? So thyrocalcitonin hormone is also released by parathyroid gland and this hormone is secreted by the C cells of the thyroid gland, right? It increases the excretion of calcium in the urine, right? तो ये जो है जो थायरोकैल्सिटोनिन हार्मोन होता है, राइट, ये it increases the excretion of calcium in the urine. If there is excess of, right, if there is excess of calcium, then thyrocalcitonin, this thyrocalcitonin hormone increases the excretion of calcium in the urine. तो जो थायरोकैल्सिटोनिन हार्मोन होता है वह यूराइन में, राइट, यूरिन में जो कैल्शियम है उसके एक्सक्रीशन को क्या करता है, बढ़ा देता है, जिससे हमारी बॉडी में जो कैल्शियम है उसका आइडियल अमाउंट क्या हो जाता है, फिक्स रहता है. नेक्स्ट ग्लैंड इज थाइमस ग्लैंड. सी, थाइमस ग्लैंड इज बाइलोब्ड ग्लैंड which is located in front of the chest which is located in front of the heart in the chest, right? If I draw a diagram here, right, so that you could understand the location of the gland, then you would find that there are two glands which are located in the head, right, or we can say that skull. The first is pituitary gland. Pituitary gland, which is the master gland, is located in the skull or in head, right, near hypothalamus part of the brain. Second is pineal gland, right? Pineal gland is also located in the skull or human head. Then thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is located in throat, right? So thyroid gland is located in throat near pharynx or larynx, right? Next is parathyroid gland. So there are 4 parathyroid glands which are located near thyroid gland in our throat or human throat. Clear? Next is thymus gland. This gland is located in the chest, right, here. So these are the 5 glands, right? Pituitary gland in human head, pineal gland is also located in human head or skull, thyroid gland is located in throat, right? Then parathyroid gland is also located in throat, and thymus gland is located in chest, right? So thymus gland is bilobed gland which is located in front of the heart in the chest, right? And this is the only gland of the human body, right, which disappears in the old age, and this question has been asked in various exams, right? So the only glands which disappears in the old age is known as thymus gland, because it remains active in the young stage, right? It remains active in the young stage but gradually decomposes in the adult stage. Therefore this gland disappears in the old age. Three hormones are secreted by this gland. The first is thymosin, right? Thymine first and thymine second. So thymosin, thymine first, thymine second. This hormone helps in the making lymphocyte cell in the body, and I have already told you, make you understand in the circulatory system that T lymphocytes are the important WBCs which plays an important role in the production of antibodies so that the defense system could be prepared, right? So this hormone, or we can say that thymosin, right? So this hormone helps in the making lymphocyte cells in the body, right? Or lymphocyte cells, right? There are T lymphocyte cells. Whenever a foreign particle or pathogen enters human body, right, this T lymphocyte cells or lymphocyte cells starts producing antibodies or WBCs so that defense system could be prepared, right? And वो जो भी फॉरेन पार्टिकल्स है उसको हमारी बॉडी में एलिमिनेट किया जा सके. These lymphocytes help in the establishing a defense system in the body by making antibodies. The secretion of thymine decreases in old age, hence the immunity decreases, right? So this is the reason why कि जो ओल्ड एज है उसमें इम्यूनिटी क्या हो जाती है, वीक हो जाती है, राइट? फॉर एन एग्जांपल, जब कोरोना की फर्स्ट वेव आई थी, राइट, तो इन द फर्स्ट वेव ऑफ कोरोना पैंडेमिक, राइट, दोज, राइट, अबव 60 जो जितने भी पीपल थे, राइट, वो इन्फेक्टेड हुए थे. तो अबव 60 गॉट इन्फेक्टेड इन द फर्स्ट वेव ऑफ द कोरोना, बिकॉज जो ओल्ड एज होते हैं, या एक तरीके से हम कहते हैं तो ओल्ड एज है, उसमें इम्यूनिटी वीक होती है. उसका रीजन क्या है, यही है, राइट? अगर आप देखें तो द थाइमस ग्लैंड इज द ओनली ग्लैंड व्हिच disappears in the old age because it remains active in young age but gradually decomposes in the adult stage, right? And it disappears in old age, right? Therefore थाइमोसिन, थाइमिन फर्स्ट एंड थाइमिन सेकेंड, ये जो हार्मोन्स हैं इनका सेक्रेशन नहीं होता है. एंड दीज हार्मोन्स आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ lymphocyte cells, right, which plays an important role in our human defense system. Whenever a foreign particle or pathogen enters the human body, these T lymphocyte cell or lymphocyte cells produces एंटीबॉडीज, और उसकी वजह से ही डिफेंस सिस्टम जो है हमारा डेवलप होता है. तो जब ये ग्लैंड ही नहीं रहेगी तो डिफेंस सिस्टम डेवलप ही नहीं हो पाएगा. देयरफॉर इम्यूनिटी डिक्रीजेस एट द ओल्ड स्टेज. नेक्स्ट इज एड्रेनल ग्लैंड, right? The adrenal gland is a small yellowish cap-shaped gland located at the top of each kidney, right? So adrenal gland जो है वो किडनी के नियर पाई जाती है, right? So this adrenal gland is a small yellowish cup-shaped gland located at the top of each kidney. This gland is also known as supernatural gland because this gland releases the adrenaline, right? Adrenaline hormone, right? This adrenaline hormone is released or secreted in life-threatening conditions, right? And when this hormone or this adrenaline is secreted in life-threatening conditions, right? This endurances, right? This endurances is human body, right? Therefore, it is important to save the life. Therefore, this adrenaline hormone is also known as triple F hormone, fight, flight and fright hormone, right? Therefore, this gland is also known as the supernatural gland. So, adrenal gland is also known as supernatural gland. And there are two parts of this adrenal gland. The first is adrenal cortex and second is adrenal medulla. The first is adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex constitutes 75 to 90% of the this adrenal gland, right? So adrenal cortex constitutes 75 to 90% of this gland, and from this portion of the adrenal gland, more than 40 hormones are secreted. So 40 to 45 types of hormones are secreted from this part, and these are called, right, corticosteroids, right? Next is adrenal medulla. Adrenal medulla constitutes only 10 to 25% of the adrenal gland, right? So adrenal medulla accounts for 10 to 25% of the adrenal gland, and two types of hormones are secreted by this adrenal medulla. The first is adrenaline, right? Adrenaline hormone, and we have studied about this, right? So first is adrenaline hormone, right? This hormone stimulates non-stretched muscles, right? So adrenaline hormone is important hormone, and this hormone stimulates the non-stretched muscles. This hormone is secreted excessively in the state of anger, fear, mental state, right, and vigilance, due to which decision can be taken to take appropriate steps in these critical situations, hence called emergency hormone. Or we can say that this hormone is secreted in the life threatening conditions, right, which increases the endurance of human body. For an example, this enzyme makes the body possible to take decision which can be taken to take the appropriate steps, right? So इसको वही दूसरे तरीके से कहा गया है. So this hormone gets secreted excessively in state of anger, fear, mental state, or vigilance, or we can say that life-threatening condition, due to which decision can be taken to take appropriate steps in these critical situation, or we can say that this hormone saves the life of a person. For an example, right, sometimes you have seen that when somebody got the accident, right, immediately he has power, right, he has power to reach the hospital. Once he is admitted to the hospital, after that उसमें कोई भी जो है उसमें कोई भी पावर नहीं बचती. तो जब भी किसी का एक तरीके से व्हेन यू फाइट विद समबडी, राइट, और जब आपकी लाइफ जो है थ्रेटनिंग कंडीशंस में होती है, तो उस समय पे आपकी बॉडी की एंड्योरेंस बढ़ जाती है, सो दैट आपकी जो लाइफ है वो बच सके. देयरफॉर दिस इज आल्सो नोन एज इमरजेंसी हार्मोन. इट इंक्रीजेज द रेट ऑफ हार्ट बीट, एंड दिस हार्मोन इंड्यूसेस हेयर ग्रोथ, राइट. Also, due to this hormone, stimulation is created in smooth muscles, due to which the blood pressure increases, right. So after secretion of this hormone, right, heartbeat increases, also blood pressure increases. This hormone is released from the adrenal gland and is known as triple F hormone: fight, fright, and flight hormone. Next is noradrenaline, right. Both adrenaline and noradrenaline hormone regulate the body's autonomic nervous system, right, through their respective functions. This hormone helps in the expansion of blood vessels instead of constricting them, as well as keeping the heart rate and blood pressure normal, right. So we have studied that adrenaline hormone increases the blood pressure as well as heartbeat, while noradrenaline maintains, or right, noradrenaline keeps the heart rate and blood pressure normal. It helps in restarting the heartbeat when it stops suddenly, right. Next is pancreas gland, right. So earlier I have made you understand that there are three types of glands. The first is exocrine gland, second is endocrine gland, and third is mixed gland, right? The mixed gland is the gland which has both the characteristics of exocrine gland and endocrine gland, which means that one portion of this gland behaves as a exocrine gland and one portion of this gland works as endocrine gland, right? So pancreas is the mixed gland of the human body, and it is the second largest gland in the human body, right? Because liver is the largest gland, right? So liver is the largest gland of human body, whereas pancreas is the second largest gland of human body. Also pancreas is a mixed gland, which means it functions as exocrine gland as well as endocrine gland, right? It is pale yellow mixed gland, right? So it is pale yellow mixed gland. It is located between the stomach and duodenum, or we can say that this is located in the mid part of duodenum in U shape, right? In the digestive system I have drawn the diagram, right? Now there are two portions of this gland. The first is exocrine portion and second is endocrine portion, right? This gland secretes the pancreatic juice, right? Pancreatic juice from the exocrine gland. एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड, तो जो एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड वाला पोर्शन होता है, या एक तरीके से हम इसका जो कहते हैं आउटर पोर्शन, सो द आउटर पोर्शन ऑफ द पैनक्रियास ग्लैंड और the exocrine portion of the pancreas secretes the pancreatic juice, and this pancreatic juice helps in the digestion of carbohydrate, protein, fats, etc., etc. Therefore pancreatic juice is also known as complete digestive juice. Now let's talk about the endocrine portion of the pancreas. The endocrine portion of the pancreas, right, which is about 1 or 2%, is mainly composed of clusters of 4 types of cells: alpha, beta, gamma and delta, and this is known as Langerhans island, right? In UPSC it was questioned that where is Langerhans islands, right? So actually Langerhans islands is clusters of 4 types of cells, right, which constitute the endocrine portion of the pancreas. Clear? So the endocrine part of the gland, which is 1 or 2% of the pancreas, is mainly composed of clusters of 4 types of cells known as alpha cell, beta cell, gamma cell and delta cell, which, right, called Langerhans islands. The cells of Langerhans islands perform the function of endocrine glands. In Langerhans islands, alpha cell, beta cell, right, gamma cell and delta cell are available, and these alpha, beta, gamma and delta cell constitute the Langerhans islands, right? So there are 4 types of there are cells, alpha cells, and alpha cells जो है, alpha cells secretes the glucagon hormone, beta cells secrete insulin hormone, delta cells secrete, right, somatostatin hormone, and F cells secrete pancreatic peptide, right? And this is the most important, right? So here in Langerhans islands, alpha cells secrete glucagon, factual one fact. Second, beta cells secrete insulin, delta cells secrete somatostatin, right, and F cells are pancreatic peptides, right? Now let's talk about the glucagon, right? So hormones which are secreted by the pancreatic endocrine part of the pancreas. The first is glucagon, right? So we have studied that this portion is secreted by the alpha cells of Langerhans islands of the pancreas. So glucagon hormone is secreted by the alpha cells of the Langerhans islands of the pancreas. This stimulates the conversion of stored glycogen into glucose in the liver, a process known as glucogenesis. See, whenever we eat food, right, whenever we eat food, this food after the digestion is got converted into glucose, and glucose, right, in the cellular respiration, this glucose is oxidized and energy is released in the form of ATP. Clear? Whenever we eat excessive amount of food, right, for an example, that if the requirement is of 300 calorie but somebody is taking more than 3000 calorie, then the excessive calorie, or we can say that the excessive amount of glucose is got converted into glycogen by the liver, and this glycogen is the stored food of the human body. So whenever there is a lack of glucose in the blood, in that situation, right, whenever there is a lack of glucose in bloodstream, right, this hormone or glucagon stimulates the conversion of stored glycogen into glucose in the liver, right. This process is known as glucogenesis. This increases the amount of glucose in the blood. It also helps in the production of glucose in the tissues, right. So whenever there is a lack of glucose in our bloodstream, the glucagon hormone stimulates liver to convert the stored glycogen into glucose. Second is insulin, right. Insulin hormone is released by the beta cells of the Langerhans islands, right. So insulin hormone is secreted by the beta cells of the Langerhans islands of the pancreas, and insulin significantly increases the rate of conversion of glucose to the glycogen in the muscles and liver. So this is the first function, right. Insulin increases the rate of conversion of glucose to glycogen in the muscles and liver. It also aids in the formation of sugars and fats and stimulate protein synthesis. This is the second function of insulin. So insulin also aids in the formation of sugars and fats and stimulates protein synthesis. The third is, if pancreas, we can see that this insulin is most important. The third is, this insulin helps the cells to absorb the glucose from the bloodstream, right. So this is the third and most important function of the insulin. The first is, insulin significantly increases the rate of conversion of glucose into glycogen in muscles and liver. Second is, the insulin aids in the formation of sugars and fats and stimulates protein synthesis. And the third, which is the most important, insulin helps the cells to absorb the sugar, or we can say that glucose, from the blood. So if the pancreas stops producing the hormone insulin, the amount of sugar in the urine and blood increases, because we have seen that this insulin hormone helps the cells of the body to absorb the sugar or glucose from the blood. If the level of insulin is low, then definitely sugar in the urine and blood will increase. The deficiency of insulin causes a disease called diabetes or diabetes mellitus, right? And in this disease, the amount of glucose in the blood starts increasing, right? So whenever there is a lack, or whenever there is a low level of insulin, or we can say that there is a lack of insulin, then उससे कौन सी बीमारी होती है? डायबिटीज होती है. डायबिटीज क्या होती है? राइट, because the insulin level is low, right, the cells are unable to absorb the blood or glucose from our blood, राइट, और इस वजह से जो ब्लड है उसमें शुगर लेवल क्या हो जाता है? इंक्रीज हो जाता है. एज द अमाउंट ऑफ ग्लूकोज इंक्रीजेज, ग्लूकोज स्टार्ट्स टू बी एक्सक्रीटेड in the urine. The amount of water in the urine increases, due to which the urine becomes dilute and increases in volume. Right, overproduction. So this is the situation when there is a low level of production of insulin and there is a low level of insulin. Whenever there is a overproduction of insulin, right, so overproduction of insulin causes a disease called hypoglycemia, right. So hypoglycemia, in this disease the amount of glucose in the blood decreases, because when there is a high level of insulin, right, so this insulin helps the cells of the body to absorb the glucose or sugar from the blood. Therefore the glucose in blood decreases, right, which reduces the amount of energy in the nerve and retinal cells. Due to this, fertility and vision starts decreasing, right, and the patient feel more tired, right. So this is hypoglycemia. Next is somatostatin. So somatostatin hormone is secreted by the delta or gamma cells. This hormone is a polypeptide which increases the duration of assimilation of digested food. Now we will study gonads, right. Gonads are the female and male reproductive organs, and these organs plays an important role in the process of reproduction. So gonads are those organs which plays an important role in the reproduction, and gonads are male or female reproductive organs. Testes are the, right, testes are the male gonads and ovaries in the female. So this is most important. This question have been asked in the various examination, right. So gonads are the male and female reproductive organ. Second thing is that testes, right, testes are the male gonads and ovaries are the female gonads. These gonads reproductive, these gonads or these reproductive organs are essential for the sexual reproduction, right, since they are responsible for the production of male and female gametes, right. So the testes and ovaries are important, or we can say that essential for the sexual production, because these testes or ovaries are responsible for the production of male gametes, and male gamete is known as sperm, right, and female gamete is known as egg or ovum, right. So for the production of egg or ovum and for the production of sperm, right, which is male gamete, these gonads are important, right. Gonads are also responsible for producing sex hormones, right. So these are also responsible for producing sex hormones required for the development and growth of primary and secondary sexual characteristics. So see, gonads are the male and female reproductive organs, right. The first thing is that, right, so these are the male and female reproductive organs. The first thing is that जो male और female gametes हैं, male gamete that is sperm, female gamete that is egg और ovum, इनका प्रोडक्शन किसके द्वारा किया जाता है, इन्हीं गोनड्स के द्वारा किया जाता है. साथ ही साथ these are the reproductive glands as well, which means these glands also secrete the sex hormones, right, which are responsible for the development and growth of primary and secondary sexual characteristics. And in addition to these producing, reproductive, right, reproductive, the gonads also function as the endocrine glands. अब जो endocrine glands है, तो जो endocrine glands है, so which means that these, right, endocrine glands. So gonads are the components of the endocrine system, right. So now talk about the endocrine, now discuss the gonads as endocrine glands. See, being a component of endocrine glands, right, both male and female gonads generate or secrete sex hormone, right. So both the gonads, right, both gonads, testes or ovaries, right, testes and ovaries secrete male or female sex hormones, right? Gonadal hormones are regulated by hormones secreted by the pituitary glands. तो जो गोनाडल हार्मोन्स विच मीन्स दैट ऐसे हार्मोन्स जिनका सेक्रेशन किसके द्वारा, टेस्टिस या ओवरीज के द्वारा किया जाता है, उनको ही गोनाडल हार्मोन्स कहा जाता है. एंड जो गोनाडल हार्मोन्स है आर रेगुलेटेड बाय द हार्मोन्स secreted by the pituitary gland. And we have seen in the previous lecture that this pituitary gland secrete follicle stimulating hormone as well as luteinizing hormone, right? So hormones that are responsible for stimulating gonads to produce sex hormones are known as gonadotropins, right? द गोनेडोट्रोपिन्स या ऐसे हार्मोन्स जो कि पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड्स के द्वारा जो है सेक्रेट किए जाते हैं, जो कि स्टिमुलेट करते हैं किनको, गोनेड्स को, राइट? वो कौन कौन से हैं? एक तो हो जाएगा ल्यूटिनाइजिंग हार्मोन, राइट, एलएच, एंड फॉलिसाइल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन. क्लियर? व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ, राइट? एंड दीज ल्यूटिनाइजिंग हार्मोन एंड फॉलिसाइल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन आर secreted by the pituitary gland, and these hormones influence reproductive organs in many ways, right? The testes, right, the testes are stimulated by the luteinizing hormone to secrete sex hormone testosterone, right, and ovaries to secrete estrogen and progesterone hormone. The follicle stimulating hormone is involved in the menstruation of ovarian follicles, right, that contain ova in female and production of sperm in the male. So simply we can say that luteinizing hormone, right, the luteinizing hormone stimulates the testes to secrete testosterone hormone, and this luteinizing hormone stimulates ovaries, right, to secrete estrogen and progesterone hormone, right, while follicle stimulating hormone is involved in the maturation of ovarian follicles, right, sac that contain ova, right, in females and producing, which means that कि जो फोलिसाइल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन है वो एक तो एग्स को या ओवम के प्रोडक्शन में, साथ ही साथ मेल में स्पर्म के प्रोडक्शन में इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है, राइट? जो फीमेल गोनाडल हार्मोन है उसमें सबसे पहला क्या हो जाएगा? एस्ट्रोजन हार्मोन हो जाएगा, राइट? सो एस्ट्रोजन इज अ ग्रुप ऑफ फीमेल सेक्स ऑर्गन्स. क्लियर? सो एस्ट्रोजन इज अ ग्रुप ऑफ फीमेल सेक्स ऑर्गन hormones essential for the reproduction and development of the female reproductive system. तो एस्ट्रोजन जो है, एस्ट्रोजन इज अ ग्रुप ऑफ फीमेल सेक्स हार्मोन्स, राइट, जो कि फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम के डेवलपमेंट के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. एस्ट्रोजन्स आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द मैच्योरेशन एंड ग्रोथ ऑफ वेजिना एंड यूटेरस, राइट, वाइडनिंग ऑफ पेल्विस, ब्रेस्ट एंड यूटेरस, and the uterus changes during the menstrual cycle and increasing the growth of hairs on the body. And second is progesterone. Progesterone are the hormones whose function is to prepare the uterus for conception, right? Regulation changes in the uterus during the menstrual cycle. Ovulation adds, right, and stimulating gland development for the production of milk during the pregnancy. Now male gonad hormones, right? The first is androgens, right? So androgens are hormones that are majorly influence the development of the male reproductive system. The first is testosterone, right? So testosterone is responsible and essential for the increased growth of bone and muscle, growth of body hair, developing broader shoulder, voice deepening, and growth of the penis, right? So these are the sexual development characteristics, right, which are stimulated by the testosterone hormone, right? Second, androstenedione, right? So androstenedione, right, these are hormones that act as precursor to estrogens and testosterone. Third is inhibin. These hormones inhibit the release of follicle stimulating hormone and though to be involved in the sperm cell regulation and the development, right? So in this way we have studied the gonads and we have completed the endocrine system, right? So now we will meet in next lecture. Till then, thank you.